Welcome back, lads, to another Monster Hunter Rise video. Today is the third installment of the How to Build series. In this series, what we do is we take a weapon and then we go over the certain skills which is suitable to that weapon and then put them in a order of prioritization of skills. This starts from third being the must-have skills, 2 stars being the good skills to try when possible to add into the builds. And then 1 star with the skills which is not needed into the build but is still nice to have. So today we'll obviously be looking at the hammer, and there's only actually 6 skills we're going to be covering, so it won't be as long as the other videos we've already covered with the dual blades and the longsword. If you haven't seen these videos, definitely I would recommend go checking them out. I'll leave the link in the description below and the little card above if you want to click on those after. But first things first, if you are new to the channel, I would definitely consider you leaving a like on the video because it does help me out a lot, because I am switching over from Dauntless to Monster Hunter, and all of the help is muchly appreciated because trying to change from one game to another is really difficult. So yeah, definitely subscribe if you like content like this. Starting off with the must-have skills for the hammer, and the first prioritization level 3 skill, and that is Slugger. Having this at also level 3 is really good because this allows you to have 40% extra stun damage. I think this is like a must-have in 90% of hammer builds, and I think most of you will agree with me. Just having those 2 stuns per fight is huge because that is quite a lot of uptime for DPS and allowing you to at least get an extra 2 big bang finishes off. This is a lot of DPS, so I'll definitely recommend running Slugger level 3. Even level 1 and level 2 is still nice if you haven't completed your build, so definitely just try and put it in when you can as soon as possible. As the previous 2 videos, obviously critical boost, weakness exploit is like a must-have if you're going for DPS in every single build at the moment, in my opinion, unless you're going for certain niche builds. So obviously I'm going to put them 2 skills as actually just 1 skill together because they do just work hand in hand together. Obviously weakness exploit, you do more damage on the weak spots, and then the critical boost amplifies this damage when you do hit the weak spots. So definitely go for level 3 of weakness exploit and level 2 of critical boost. Moving on to the 2-star prioritized skills, and the first one's going to be focus. A lot of people are going to disagree with me and they're probably like, oh, why aren't you putting this on like the highest bracket of analyzation? The reason why I don't put it the highest is because there isn't that much difference between level 3 focus and not having focus at all. Yes, it does help, and yes, you can get more hits in, and it is a very nice skill to have with the hammer, and it does make the hammer feel a lot more fluent. But me personally, when you do get used to using the hammer and you're just used to this how it works, you begin to find you don't really need to have focus. But if you do have focus in your build, it is very nice to have, and I do recommend it, especially for people who have just start using hammer in the first place. I started using it early on in the first couple of low rank monsters I was fighting, and then obviously when I started getting my weakness exploit and my critical boost gems, obviously I then switched and then put that in my build instead of focus. But focus is still really nice to have. If you are going to put it in your build, definitely put it at level 3. Otherwise, in my opinion, it's not really worth putting that in your build just for that 10%, I think, or 5% for level 1 and level 2. Definitely go for that level 3 15% increase to charge attacks. Next up is attack boost, and this is obviously just a no-brainer. You want more damage, you put in attack boost. The only thing with this is, as I previously stated in my other videos, only put attack boost in your builds if you are going for DPS increase. If your attack boost is level 4 to level 7. If it's not level 4, you won't get the bonus damage. So definitely only put it in if you're getting your attack to level 4. Otherwise, I think there's other skills out there which can probably help you more beneficially than just running level 1 to level 3 attack boost. I think critical eye would be just better. But if you have got that level 4 as a minimum requirement for attack boost, then definitely put it into your build because it does increase your DPS significantly, and is obviously one of the best ways to just increase your output of damage. Moving on to the final 2 skills, both ranked at level 1 in my opinion. They're both passive skills, which I think is just really nice to have in most builds, but definitely for hammer. First one's going to be latent power, and what this does is obviously allows you to have less stamina consumption when it's active and more affinity. So it basically gives you critical eye as well as stamina surge, I guess, all in one perk. But obviously it takes a while for this to actually kick in, so that's why latent power is only a level 1 threshold skill at the moment. And then the other one is going to be Critical Eye. As I already mentioned just a minute ago, Critical Eye is really nice just for the increase of affinity. So putting this in your build somehow would obviously just benefit you for damage. So definitely put this in wherever you can if you have got a spare slot in your builds. Alright lads, today I've got 2 builds for you. The first one's going to be a focused orientated one, which is going to obviously have, as you can see right here, a focus level 3. Having level 3 focus is really nice. We ignore the first part of the description, the faster gauge fill rate, because it doesn't really apply to the hammer. But the end bit is 15% faster charge times. This is really nice for getting your charge level 1, 2 and 3 attacks in. This also leads into your big bang finishes, your also other combos really more fluently. This allows you to get more hits in if you wasn't to use focus at all. So if you do like to hit the monster a bit more than what you normally would with the hammer, definitely rock focus level 3. It does allow you to definitely get more hits in otherwise. At the top here we have the attack boost level 6. Anything past level 4 is perfectly fine, but I managed to be able to get a couple of gems decorations in my build, so it allows me to get +6. Obviously, as I already mentioned before in the video, +4 gives you the 5% plus the +7, and obviously it increases as you go up in ranks. But if you don't get level 4, you get level 1, 2 or 3, you won't get the bonus. So I would definitely recommend going for level 4 and above, 4 being the minimum. Obviously, Critical Eye is really nice for hitting them critical attacks. Obviously, because you're not hitting the monster as much as if you were to use dual blades, longsword, all these other weapons. So having higher affinity allows you to hit more of your attacks, obviously, with a critical attack. And because we're running focus and not running stuff like weakness exploit, it's just nice to have the extra affinity chance. All the others here is obviously their passives, but here we have Slugger level 3, allows us to have 40% stun power. I do recommend having Slugger in most of your builds for hammer. I have tried it without, but it is a huge help to run hammer with Slugger because you can get a good couple of downs with the Slugger, normally 2, sometimes 3 if you're lucky, if you're really good at focusing the head. But also when you stun a monster in this game, it does sit down for quite a long time, so I would recommend running Slugger. And that's my first build. Moving on to my second and my last one, and this is my normal build for hammer currently, and this is my favorite one, and that's my critical one. It's very similar to the build we just saw, but apart from having the focus, we've changed that for weakness exploit and critical boost. This obviously allows us to attack, do more damage on the weak spots of the monster, and obviously even do more damage via the critical damage from critical boost. Also, this build has latent power level 3. This is really nice for hammer as well. We get the increased affinity, which was coming from the Critical Eye in the other build, but also we get the reduced stamina depletion by 50%. Also, as you can see here, this has attack boost only level 4 because I couldn't fit in level 6. So it has decreased attack boost, but also has weakness exploit and critical boost to make up for the damage. And this one does actually do more damage than the previous build, but obviously sacrificing the focus. So toy around with those two as you want, guys. That's the build for this one. And I think I actually showed you guys the actual build for the focus one. So as you can see there, the right side, there's the focus one. Left side is the critical one. But this is going to wrap up the video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace.